Hello guys, so we're going to start off by creating a new castle. So this will be what you have to do every time you create a farm, which is an account that you use to give resources to your main, and also this would be how you create a main as well. So we need to go through the normal load screen. There's quite a few cutscenes and some things that we're restricted in terms of what we can do, and generally it's just following a breadcrumb series of events, and we're just going all the way through until we stop basically, which will probably be about Castle 5, which is when the basic quest stop, and then you'll be left to your own devices until about level 10, which is when Catacombs gets opened, or 9, and at that stage we'll then pick it back up again in another video and go through there. So what I'm going to do on this time is just go through the initial 1 to 5, and give some pointers and information along the way. So we just want to be clicking on things that sort of highlighted, and we just want to go through these basic things. Your castle won't stay like this, and the airship will be what is very important when we go on. So we'll just be clicking through, and I'll be just giving you some descriptions in terms of what everything is. So on the top left is a picture of yourself, which you can change, and the green bar is your stamina. Whenever you do rallies, which is with yourself and other people will join you, that will usually cost about 20 stamina. This is 100. And then every time you do a threat, it will be about 5. So threats is just a um, random little event dotted around the map, and they go from like 1 to 65, and you have to do it sequentially. So you need to go from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You can't just do a level 5 one straight away. And what you'll find is when you can't beat them, so because you can lose, you'll tend to do like the one before that, and you'll be okay. So what we're just doing here is recruiting a guard. So we'll go through it just quickly, and then we'll talk about the importances of guards a bit later on. But in terms of guards, you do get 4 different tiers. You've got green, blue, purple, and yellow or gold, and the gold ones are the best ones. So anything other than gold, you're not worrying about it. Basically, you want to turn them into points, which we then use to level up skills. And for this period of time, we're just clicking through, and we're just allocating Trevel to be one of our guards, and we're going to march upon these guys. So everything in our castle is level 1 currently, because we've just started. It goes up to 45. The higher your castle level, the more powerful you are, and that's annotated by your power. So your power level will be indicated by your castle, your amount of troops, and in somewhat degree your research and also your stats, which influence it less than what troops, equipment, and castle level do. So we've got to go through here to release this engineer. And whilst we're going through this, if you look at the top left, we've got VIP 1, and it goes up to 12, and each VIP level unlocks different perks. So number 1 is obviously the basic one. When we get to level 2, we'll actually have 60 seconds of instant building, so it's pretty good to unlock that straight away. In your castle or your estate, technically, you'll have different buildings that you can place around, which are small buildings, which are basically lumber mills, farms, silver mines, excuse me, iron mines, hospitals, and also military tents. I just want to train some guys, and it will just take us 5 seconds, and we'll just make 20 of them. And then once that's done, we'll be completing the quest. And then click on the plus just to get them into your army, and now we've got them. So general rule of thumb is, as I said about hospitals, I try to keep them to have the same capacity as the amount of men in your estate. There will get to a stage where you can't feasibly keep that up, but we'll be looking at them numbers in a second once I've got you the information in front of us. On the top right, we've got an amount of gold. So this can't be stolen by anyone. That is for you. You can open as much as you want, and you can use it to quickly like train men, build buildings, buy some resources, and use the in-game store using the gold. Next, like you also saw like wooden food, and and they're open. So if someone was to attack me, they can actually steal the wooden food. So what's the best thing to do is actually use something called auto assemble, and what that does is when you're building a building, it automatically opens what you need. So you're not opening, say, a million food, for example, when you don't need to use a million food. Part of the issue with food is it does decay over time, and that's governed by the troop upkeep, which I'll show you once we've gone through this cutscene. So I was going through all of these. We'll give these a little click, and will be our academy. So this will be doing all of our researches, and we just want to click on research, on combat, on cannons, research, and it's a good idea to make your way through that research tree as you progress. If this is for a farm, you'd generally concentrate on the economy one, and if it's a main, you'd tend to do everything, focusing on march slots and march speed, and also march capacity, which is also a really important one. For this, which is the pirate showdown, we just want to shoot the ship. We've got a stamina bar down the bottom, and we can only attack when it's about when it gets to halfway or full. So there's no point spamming it. You can only do it as fast as it can do it. Once you've leveled up a little bit, you'll be able to assign more guards to more cannons, and you'll be able to do a bit more damage. And you also get a special ability, which we'll be going through as well, because we get that in a few minutes. So we just need to unlock the cage. So what we'll do, we'll just slide these bolts in. Very tricky puzzle. And there's us. So you can see in number 1 actually on the bottom of that portrait, and that's essentially level 1, or Lord level 1. So you do have Lord level and you also have your castle level. They are separate things. So Lord level, you get like abilities or ability points, which can be put between war, economy, and balanced. So I tend to go for balanced because it's a mix of the two, or it's more for growing. War is pretty niche unless you're doing a lot of fighting, and economy is more just for getting men. But I'll show you what the perks are of using the balance. But we need to be level 4 to unlock that, and that's what the blue bar is, which is your Lord XP. So let's go through, and now we're going to assign a guard to this plus, because we can assign a guard to the rampants. We'll just deploy him, and now we can do a new battle. And now we'll be dealing more battle, and we can see these white circles, which are just weak spots, and essentially you can only hit them once, and then you have to hit elsewhere. They don't let you do it more than once, but it's easy peasy. And we've unlocked the thing. We only have to do this really 4 times as we go through this story part. After that, you can do it if you want to, and all you'll be getting is parts to upgrade your airship, which we'll go through in a minute. And also we'll be going through, eventually you'll get bits which improve your stats, but we can go through that. So let's go through this. Upgrade our castle and also clear the rubble once. So let's clear these. On the left hand side we can see we've got 2 like hammers. So one is padlocked because that means it's locked, so we can't currently get 2 builders. A builder's use is if we're like upgrading the building, building a new building, that sort of thing. So that will be a builder slot, and you only get 1, or you can pay 99p or $1, whatever your currency is, to upgrade it to have 2. Alternatively, you pay 500 gold for 4 days. So it's up to you. So let's pop our barracks down and get that there. Give it a second. So that pop-up will always come up unless you actually buy it. If you do buy it, then it will go. If you don't buy it, even when you're castle 30, it will still come up. And we'll go through her in a minute because you might decide you want to buy it. So Yeah, let's go through what this is. So every day you get about 30 of these recruitment banners. You do get a free one in every 50 hours, which is reduced by your tavern level. You also get some standard roles as well, which you get 3, but there is a cooldown of about 10 minutes between using it. And you also get a serial thing, which we'll show you in a bit. It's every 5 minutes. So from these, you can get the gold guards, which is obviously by the border of the gold, and you can also get purple and blue. Purple and blue you're not really worried about, it is more the gold that we want. So now they're level 2, we can't upgrade these, can we? We can. We just want to get some upgrades higher. That's it. We've started the free trial because we've got that one now. And let's get them cooking to number 3, and then we don't have to do that later. Whilst that's doing that, let's also just get a quick research going, which will just be march speed. And let's claim that, and then claim the main quest, and we'll have a little cutscene. Perfect. And you can't really click fast through it, you just unfortunately have to wait. So we've done that, which is good. So we've leveled up, and we'll click on that as well. So we need to kill a threat, repair a cannon, and get to castle 3. Easy peasy. So to get one of the cannons, we need to go to here and do another battle. And this time we'll have a special thing, I believe. Well, that might be next time. Perfect. So we sunk the battleship, and we've got a new part for our guy, which is nice. It automatically puts us back there, which is for us to click and repair. So let's look at the map. So on the kingdom, we have to probably click it through here. No, okay, that's fine. There we go. So we click it to get to the kingdom. So this will be our castle in the middle. Obviously we're only level 2 at the moment. If I come across, I can't do that. Let's search for level 1 because we can only do level 1, and let's attack it. And I'll show you the kingdom map in a few minutes. So that's done for that quest. And let's claim that. Upgrade our castle. Why not? And then 2 seconds later. We don't need to do that because we've already got it. I'll quickly just grab them to upgrade. Upgrade. Whilst that's doing that, I'll get a march slots. 1, 2. We need to be level 2 for that. We can get that whilst we wait as well. And let's complete that. And we'll get another cutscene. So the timers are all done in real time, so it's not relevant if you're online or not. So if you start a timer for say 5 hours, it'll actually just do it like when you come off the game in the background. So you don't need to actually have the game open for that. So we'll just be clicking through, and then we can make a name. So I'd recommend choosing a name because we want it to be unique. So I'll just call myself Not Superiors, and then that's all done. If you leave your name just generic, it's unlikely that alliances will take you, or they might kick you, because you might be a bot, or you might be like not a real player essentially. So it's always best just to have your real name, well, not your real name, but an alias that you can use, or a nickname, and then go from there. So whilst that's doing them, upgrade that for 45 seconds. That's got 7 seconds. Let's click on that quickly. So when we try to upgrade a building, it tells us what perks we've got. So it'll actually have a free one every day in 22 hours rather than a day in 23 hours. So let's get that upgraded. And then let's look at the research and see if we've got any more to do whilst we're here. 46 seconds, we can do that. Let's clear these alerts, just a welcome, open that, and that's lovely. So let's go back into the kingdom. So this is the kingdom map, as I said, and we can move by dragging it, or you can type in the coordinates of where you want to search, even by kingdom, and then you can also come back to your main castle by pressing the arrows just here. So that will take you back to your main castle, like wherever you go. So if we just search for a level 2 now, and we just attack, and that will just send it out. It will take 5 minutes to get there, well, a few seconds to get there, and once it's doing that, we'll just be upgrading a few more buildings. Can we get this up? No, we need to get our castle. That's fine. And we'll be building a military tent. And this is our hospitals. So with our hospitals, it can currently hold 500 people, which isn't too bad considering if we come over here to this dual ground, we've actually only got 640 people. So if we want to, which is what I'd recommend doing, is upgrading your hospitals as you go, and that will allow it to have an extra 500 people. So obviously, if you get attacked or anything was to happen, your people would be safe in the hospital rather than dying. So if you get attacked, your people will go into the hospital first, and then following from that, they'll then go into the sanctuary, which is about 4 times your hospital capacity. So at the moment, I've got about 1,000 hospital capacity, and if I look, my sanctuary is not built yet. It's built in a few minutes. I'll go through and claim, and let's go and repair the hole here. And now we don't have the special thing, I guess. Nope. Easy. So we've got a little cutscene. So as I said, every time you want to create a new farm, you do need to do this again. It does take about half an hour to do until you're in the point where you can sort of grow at your own sort of pace. And until then, you're sort of just clicking through where it's sort of telling you to do. Just giving you a little brief outline as to what you are doing. And if there's any information you don't know, hopefully it'll be addressed in another video. One of the things I would recommend is when you first start, try to join an alliance. So an alliance is like a group of people that get together. There's different roles, different responsibilities, and there's different rewards from being inside of one, which we'll go through in another video. So let's go through that. Let's claim, and let's go to the next chapter. So now we've got access into the kingdom chat, and then we've also got buttons down the bottom now. This is what your UI or your interface will look like. So on the top we've got the gold and then your resources. You will have iron and silver as you go on. If we look in our inventory, we've got gold which we can use, and this package which we can also use. Use the gold, which is good to have. Use the XP, and also use the VIP points. So the VIP, as I said, it just gives us these boosts, and if we get up to 500, we'll then go on to VIP 2, which will be slightly better rewards, and it also gives us a 1-minute instant building, and then the rewards just get a bit better every time you go through. So it's a good idea just to clear down all these quests, and these are your main quests. So these will be used to help you progress in your story, sort of thing. So just want to build a few buildings here. And then also a few more military tents. So this will increase the amount of people that you can train at once, and also by 0.5% in terms of the actual speed itself. So that's all done. So we just want to maybe get our hospital up another level, and let's do some of these quests. These as these are the main quests on the tab at the top, we've actually got daily quests. So if we click on that, this is what you would do every day. So log in, complete a building, and then just do these various different challenges as a step towards the 280 chest. On this 280 chest, you do get 30 of the recruitment banners, which is what you use to recruit the good guards. So we do want to do that, as we can when we can. Let's wait for that. Let's upgrade our castle. 3 minutes. So let's speed it up by using some speeds. Perfect. So it's going to talk us through how to appoint our guards, which will just be like that. And that was perfect. Because we're in a bit of an older kingdom, we can just claim a few of these rewards. And what I'd probably recommend doing is not doing the 30s. Obviously, only wait until you've got the 5s. I've got him again. And that's not good. And now I've got that message pop up. So now we've got our airship here. So as we attack it, that bar will fill up. You can only use it once, so it's probably best just to use it when you can, so like now. And that will be continuous as well. And this will just passively grow. So with them tokens, we'd actually use them to buy a new cannon and also upgrade the cannons on that pirate showdown. In terms of enhancing, I'd recommend actually doing the engine first, but the game is making me do the cannon. This is like a minor increase, whereas on the engine, which is your march capacity, is plus 100, and it actually goes up quite a lot from what you can actually do straight away. Because the more men you send, obviously, the more chance you are of winning, rather than a 2%, where if you think that we just effectively doubled our march capacity, that's a lot more than them little percentages added up. So if we just do a little search, and we just need to do a level 3 threat now. And we should be able to do our lore talent points, and it will just tell us, yep, all very nice. So again, we're in balance, which will be what recommended, and upgrade them to first of all, and be whatever tree you want to go down. I tend to do chaining just so I can chain more men quicker. If we, again, they're pushing things. We don't want to get involved with any of them. And we can now upgrade it to level 4s. So every few levels you actually go up a tier of troops, and I'll show you what that means. So at the moment we can only make tier 1, which are obviously indicated on the left hand side. If we click on the explanation, we can see their stats. So health, attack and defense are the main ones. We see it does like 89 for its attack. If we look at the fire starter, which is level 2, it does 104, which is nearly 20% better just from going up a tier, which adds up, because if you don't have 20% more men than them, then obviously it's going to be difficult for you to win, and it's easy for someone to beat you if they've got a higher tier troop, because they don't need to have equal stats, they just need to have even less stats with stronger men, because the men are just 20% better is a big improvement. So once you've done them, this shows us our guys. Our sanctuary's now be built. I don't know if you saw that on the left. And then we're just waiting for them to go through. It's going to tell us what quests to do. Upgrade our shooting range. That's already on the to-do list. So let's go and heal our guy. And have to wait until walls number 3. Yep. So what I'd recommend, as I said, with the resources, instead of opening up, like you can, as I said, you can open up the gold, but I wouldn't open up all of the wood and all of the food, just in case you get attacked. And also, as I said, the food decays, which you can see your sort of decay rate by clicking in on your upkeep, and it's going to be burning through that much wood every hour. So it's not a problem like now, but obviously when you then have, you know, 1,000,000 troops, it all does add up. So we've still got a bit to wait. So let's go through some of these. Upgrade a guard. So let's do our Grimold. And as you get the guards, you do get first recruitment, and you'd use these to unlock them and unlock their skills down the bottom. But as I said, anything A isn't great. The only good thing about Grimold is he is a garrison guard, so we would actually put him on the wall, which we can do now. So if we come over to our wall, click on wall defense, and then we want to pop on Grimold, and he'll just stay on the wall now. And so if we get attacked, he will actually be used. So that's a good thing to have him. And let's recruit our second free one. We can come out of the interface by doing that. And then I would recommend turn on auto discharge, because it will essentially discharge C and B tier guards which we don't want to use, and we can turn on or off the serial recruitment, so we can do 50 rather than 5 at a time if you don't do that. So that's just trained it, and it's also just discarded all the people, and we've got these bullseye sort of things. So with them bullseye things, what that will actually do is, if we look at this level 1 skill, like we can actually upgrade this skill to give slightly better rates, because we need to get this first one to level 10 to unlock the last one, which is the main one for each and every guard. These middle ones are also important. These are unlocked by getting the guards level 10, 20 and 30 respectively. And also, once you've got to level 10, you'll also need to use the cards, the same cards as this essentially, to unlock it. So it's a good idea just to go through and just clear off all of these, because the red dots get on my nerves. And once we're through, so again, green is not good. We don't want green. So we're just going through to clear these off, otherwise they're just going to be there. So the reasons really why we don't want green is they don't really offer great stats. So that's obviously an S now. And they've got no more 2 skills. So this first one isn't great, and also hasn't got any special. I just wasted that, but that's fine. It wasn't too much. Let's go through and continue the rest of these troops. So let's train some men up. So everyone got 18 minutes worth of training for 50 men, so we can auto assemble that. And let's get these boys made. Complete that quest. Kill a level 4 threat, which is fine. Let's go back into the kingdom. Let's press search. Change it to number 4. And then we'll march over to here. Whilst that's doing that, we can just quickly go through these claims. So I try to keep all the buildings about the same. So if my castle's level 10, I'd sort of stop for a bit and make everything else level 10. But it's up to you. It's very customizable in terms of what you want them to do. But I would definitely get some hospitals to be made. Because each hospital, each level is 500, and you can also add some more via researches. Um, so now if we just upgrade these all to level 2, we'll give that a second just to go through. Let's claim, and then we'll probably have to watch another cutscene. So this is giving us the prompt to join an alliance. So any would be good. Some have minimum requirements, but an active alliance will be a lot better than a dead one, essentially. And we'll go through the different perks, roles, and this section in another video. So let's go through the rest of these. So let's just clear some rubble, get our castle cooking. So let's get that sorted, upgrade the castle. I'll go through regarding estates. And these are sort of joined on to your threats. So you'd be clicking on this and it will take you to where it is on the map today. And then we'll just be attacking these. Once it's doing that, just be claiming. So we'll be going through a few more things, claiming the rewards, and then we'll just unlock that. Open up that as and when you can, really, to do them too. And then we've got this quest as well, which we can do because we've got 2 March slots. You can have up to 5, and they are unlocked by VIP 8 and also researches. So that's why it's important to stay on top of them. So there, it's looking good. So we need to build an embassy and kill a threat. So let's build an embassy here. And the embassy governs how many people can reinforce you. So if you're under attack, someone in your alliance can actually send their men to you to obviously increase your defences. So as I was saying regarding the hospitals, if we look now, we've got 5,500 space. And if we come over here, this has got 22,000. So it's 4 times your amount. So if I was attacked, all of my men essentially would go into the hospital. But if I had, for example, 25,000 men, then instead 5,500 would go into my hospitals, and the rest of the men would just go into the sanctuary. And then any overfill would actually just be dead, and they would be lost, unfortunately. But it's not common that happens because generally people are, or kingdoms are, in what's called a NAP, and that's a no attack policy or a non-aggression pact, and that means that you're not allowed to attack people if they're in a top 30 alliance. So to check if you are, what I do, which is generally what I recommend, if you go into a portrait, we've got a leaderboard, and then we've got alliance power. We can see that we're actually 30, so we would be in the top 30 NAP. But anything up here. So these guys wouldn't be attacking us. So it's actually not 20 in this kingdom. So we could be attacked if someone attacked us. We wouldn't be able to do anything about it. But also we could also attack them if you want to. But some kingdoms do different rules in regards to that. Some people have full, which is no attacking, and then some have 15, 20, 30, etc. But that is up to the kingdom to decide. So let's upgrade that. We do have some speed ups which we can just use for this castle. Let's just do 2 of them. We're only 4 out, so that's, we can press on this plus and manually buy. Let's buy 100 for 100 gold. And now we can go into VIP 2, which gives us a few more bits. And now we can 3 and 3 make. And it's selling us the builders because we're nearly out of time. So because we've got that 60 seconds, anything that's under 60 seconds, we can actually make it instantly now, which is nice. But anything over, obviously, will take that time. So let's see, let's upgrade. And then because it's 1:07, we can just press upgrade on that. And then wait. This will be coming up soon, which we can press 3. Collect the rewards. And then what I would then also do for this is also just upgrade our engine again. And now we need to get parts for the specialized engine part. So we do that by looking at our inventory, and we're looking for refined chest. So we haven't got any currently, but let's open this castle chest. And no, we haven't got any still. But we have got 1 engine scroll. We just need 2 of them to unlock the next bit. But unfortunately, we can't do that currently. Let's collect that reward from when we did that. And let's do these 2 estates. And let's get these done. So what I'd then recommend doing is just going through the rest of this thing, which we'll do now. So let's go through clearing some rubble and killing another threat. So there might be another rubble over here. And that will generally only be available to clear once you actually get to level 5. You can't do it before you get to level 5. I've had that before, and it just bugged out. So let's just claim this. Let's actually just go to the, let's clear level 6. So it's got 35 seconds to do that. And we can build a forge and an artillery foundry. So we don't really use artillery now. It's something they used to have in the game a lot more, but not currently. It used to be able to clear traps from castles, but again, it's not something that's used in the current game. You can use them to gather stuff, but yeah, it's not worth it. So these are all the current supported ads or incentives for you to spend money. It is quite a money hungry game, so all of these will give you like cash options as a pay to win sort of feel into it. So now we're nearly finished with the main story, and we'll be left to our own devices for a bit. So once we've finished this little bit, I'll give you a few more notes, and then that'll be it until we get to level 9. So again, we sort of just want to push these instant things. Why not? And let's get that ready to go. So our second build is now run out. We can hire them for 5 days. Alternatively, you can buy them for 99p and get some resources. I would strongly recommend doing it. It will speed up your growth by obviously like double. And there's no reason not to really. So this Musketeers Road is just a little thing for you to work towards every day. So just logging in daily, reaching a certain castle level, doing threats. Then tomorrow or the next day it will change and be different challenges for you to do. So it's a good thing to work your way through them. Because you are level 5, if we look at our estate buffs, which is just here, we've actually got a bubble for 3 days. So if you're bubbled, you can't actually get attacked by another person. But after that, you'll need to apply bubbles. Every 24 hours is the one I recommend. Otherwise, someone could attack you if they wanted to. It's not common, someone would if you don't have any resources. Like I don't see the point in attacking people for no reason, but there are people that do that. So one of the options is for Milady. So this will always come up every time you log in, and you would get her as a guard. So she is actually a cavalry guard. She's not the worst, but it depends on the sort of builds that you get because there are numerous different guards which affect your gameplay in terms of your strengths, your weaknesses, um, and everything in between. So I personally wouldn't buy that, but I would definitely buy the 99p second trainer, and only using the banners when you can actually do 5. That is probably a good idea as well. So now we're sort of free to go. The next things would be to just upgrade these when we can. It will tell us what we need to upgrade the castle as we go through. So at the moment we just need a barracks level 5, which is currently making men. So let's just get ourselves to castle 6. So this is let's get all these men sorted. So that's our stable men, that's our barracks, and this is our distance. Keep clicking on that. I wouldn't recommend that one either. And let's just not train, let's upgrade it. 3 minutes. That's fine. But the times do get longer. So it was 20 minutes, it's now half an hour. Next time it will be like 45 minutes or something. But sometimes it is days. So yeah. So this is another thing that you can buy. Again, up to you if you want to. Again, it's up to you if you want to spend some money. It does help. It does help it progress. And you can obviously make more of an impact. But I mean, if you look at this, this is one store that you can use. Loads of different things. This would be where your events are. We need to get a bit higher to actually unlock them, which we can't do currently. So that's the extra bills for 99p. The Milady for 4.99, but you can actually change it to be up to £20. I wouldn't get it. I wouldn't get this. It will expire in a day. Don't worry about it. I wouldn't get this for 99p. The adventure badge isn't too bad. I'll show you what that does. If we look at our profile on the right, we've now got the adventure badge, and we can do a 2-day trial, and we can get these bonuses, and we can get that for free. But you can activate it permanently and get it for that 4.99. So it's actually not too bad to get for 4.99. And you can also get a 2-day trial for this, which we might as well activate as well. And then with that, you can actually zip through these challenges. You actually can do 10 instantly a day. So you've now got this, so you can do 10. So that's it. Let's upgrade this. And do the same thing. So the airship, I will show you what that one is. So this is the same as that that pirate showdown. So we'll just attack this airship and we'll come over. And then again, we'll just be attacking the airship, going for the circles first. And then this one's against the clock rather than like him hitting me. So that one's quite easy to do. And then we're done for that as well. So let's collect that. Let's advance that. And then there's some more to do. So I'll probably end the video there. But what I would probably say is just work your way through your base, upgrading each one until level 9. At level 9, we will have access to the catacombs, which will be here. And I will meet you in the next video, which is when we'll go through that. Please give a like and subscribe if you've enjoyed the content, and leave a comment if you would like to. Thank you.